Hi folks, we're going to take a look at an example of sketching the equation of a line given a point and the slope. Okay, so here they tell us that the line contains the point -2,5 and the slope is -2/3. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to plot this first point and then we're going to use the slope to help us determine a second point. And once you have 2 points on a line, you can sketch it easily. Okay, so here what I want to do is I want to think of this slope as representing the rise over the run. Okay, because that's a nice way of thinking about the slope graphically. Okay, so let's take a look here what the rise would be. The rise would be your -2 and your run would be +3. So you always think of your run, the change in the x's, as being positive. Okay, and since my rise is negative, it means this line is going to be coming down. Okay, so most important thing when you're sketching the graph of a line or graph of any relation is to choose a nice scale. Okay, so here, since I have this point which is going to be coming down, I'd like to place this point in the top left corner of the graph. If this was a point on the line and it was going upwards, I'd probably want to place this point in the bottom left corner. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So I have to go to x equals -2. Okay, so I need to make sure that my y-axis is not all the way at the end. I have to leave myself some room to get to -2. So I'm going to place my y-axis somewhere here. Okay. Okay, and I have to get to y equals 5, so I need to place my x-axis low enough to be able to get to y equals 5. Okay, now since these numbers are fairly small, I'm actually going to go up by 1 unit every time. Okay, so let's put my x-axis here. And let's make sure that I'm indicating the scale on my graph. So again, like I said, the numbers are pretty small, so I can go up by 1 unit for every tick. Okay, it's not necessarily to put numbers everywhere, just enough to show me what the scale is. And here again, I'm going to go up by 1 unit every time. Okay, so now that I've got my scale, I can plot my first point. So -2,5, so -2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's 1 point on my line. Okay, now I'm going to use rise and run. Okay, so the run, okay, is 3. So that means I'm going to move 3 units to the right. Okay, so there's my run. And since my rise is negative, I'm going to move down 2 units. So there's my rise is actually negative, and that means that another point on the line will be right there at 1, 3. And now that I have these 2 points on the line, I can just sketch my line. Okay, try to be as precise as possible. And there you go. So there's my line. Put little arrows on either side to indicate that it continues on in both directions. Okay, and that's it. So again, just to recap, okay, you start with 1 point and use the slope and think of it as rise over run to help you draw a second point, and you want to use this information to choose your scale in a convenient way. Okay, that's it for this one.